the worker life, and then can help with coordination of swarming, which they will talk about later. This is one thing we talked about earlier. Basically, a colony is going to know within about 30 minutes if they have lost their queen, if something has happened to her. Because every 20 to 30 minutes, remember I said they're going to groom her, they're licking her to distribute those pheromones. If that stops happening, they're going to know. They get loud. You'll hear it. So, and this is a marked queen, so this is what we were talking about earlier. This one has like a little pen instead of a marker. But all right, so drones, talked to these guys earlier. The only useful thing is mating. And then that's it. After.
They don't sting you.
Yeah, well, yeah, you like them because they don't sting, right? They are super cute. So they don't sting. They're literally a flying sperm vessel. The fun part about this is, yeah, they do take some weeks to mature, just like a normal worker bee does. So they can't fly immediately. They have to develop all of their reproductive organs that sperm has to actually, physiological maturity. They have to reach that. So basically, from the time they emerge, they're just eating a lot, and they're prepping themselves. They go out and kind of fan their wings, and eventually they'll go on their orientation flights, and then they fly away. They're going to go to a drone congregation area. Those are called DCAs. This is basically reminiscent of some sort of natural permanent landmark that is the same pretty much every year. I mean, neighboring colonies everywhere, they all go to the same area. This is where your virgins are going to fly through, and this is where mating is going to take place, usually in the afternoons. So this is this is your drone congregation area. Next part, this is the interesting part. Your virgin queens are going to fly through this area. The drones are kind of chase her really fast. First one to get to her basically gets to mate with her. So that's where those flight muscles come in handy. If they are strong, they get to her first. And then they get to die fast. Because when they mate, they pretty much die immediately because their endophallus stays with the queen. It's ripped out of their body, and they just they die. That's it.
All right. I will say, yep, go ahead. You can plug it.
It's a lot.
This is a lot of information. I know all of you have questions. This is something that you guys are going to learn along the way as you start keeping your bees. Your first year of beekeeping, this is stuff that you're going to start recognizing. Like the queen, the poor queen patterns and stuff like that. We will discuss a lot of that, like with disease and disorder class. You will get a lot of repeat information as you go along, and if you attend meetings, a lot of speakers will speak in a little more depth or specificity about some of this stuff. So just keep in mind, this is a lot of information. We will repeat stuff your second day of bee school. You'll have a little more time in those hives to ask questions, especially looking at the brood patterns, the different bees, things like that. So I know everybody probably has questions, so here's my question. What's more important, answering your questions now or lunch? Okay. So I just wanted to say that. I know we had some people that had some incomplete folders because